We've just finished our strategic plan, and the number one priority in the strategic plan was language. So we're down to very few fluent speakers, so to build our language back up and actually get the whole community involved and hopefully get the whole community back to speaking our language would be very nice. Well, our first step in the language revitalization process is coming up. So this first year will be our planning year to plan what we want to do and the steps we want to take and where we're starting from to where we want to be finished in 3 to 4 years. And the part I'm really looking forward to is getting the youth involved and building the capacity with the language with the youth, because by them learning their language and their culture and all their traditions, it will give them a sense of who they are and who their people were in the past and are again, and it'll help build a really good sense of who they are and where they are going and what they can be.
I'm second generation away from that cultural stumbling block we had. So it was spoken not out in public, it was spoken in the house, but not in our house. It was spoken in my grandfather's house. Learning how to say, like I say, the proper dialect is to say, oh, I'm sorry if I mess this up, guys, pluck. And I was with my grandfather over and over and over and over to get the proper pronunciation. Finally he went, I'm done with it. The dialect's very important, and that's why we need to capture it and record it. My mother was not to speak it. She never taught us, very few. So to the generation of our kids, no, none. The generation after that are just starting to learn. So I'm pretty excited, actually, because you figure all that big lull of generations already, and it's a sense of belonging to. And it's to be able to go out and actually speak it without hiding behind a corner is awesome. What it does is instill confidence in not only, say, myself, my generation, but my grandchildren. Now they can come forward and not feel so stigmatized by having their own culture.
Few people we do have that are fluent speakers are some of our older elders, so if we don't catch all the information they have now, it could be lost. So that's part of the language revitalization, is going to be recording that digitally so that their knowledge can be shared in generations to come. You have to digitize and videotape everything to hold it. We'll probably have a high monetary cost at the beginning, but then that knowledge will be there in hopefully 100 years, and we could be using the knowledge of an elder born in 1920 to teach a youth that is here in 2080.
Fluent speakers, we have our dialect, Sycas has their dialect, and then for the Clintly dialect, we only have a few that have the proper dialect. Other than that, you're going to go into slang, right? So to learn the proper dialect, just to get it recorded, is the most important thing right now, and we can work from that.
So I think the revitalization of the language is of utmost importance, because I was talking to another old friend of mine. He mentioned something to me that really stuck with me, and he said that language is the skin of the people. And that's why the government aimed at taking that away so early, was if you take the skin of the people away, then everything else falls out. They lose their culture, they lose their traditions, they lose everything. So by bringing the language back and putting our skin back on, then we can pull back together our cultures and our traditions and everything and hold it back inside and get everything back.